Wow, welcome back, welcome
Wow,
back,
welcome back,
hi,
welcome back. Hi,
Hi,
we're back again.
we're back again.
With
I'm back.
we have
I'm
some
back
issues
strong.
we want to talk about.
Issues we want to talk about.
Excuse me, some echoes, man.
Excuse me, man.
Yes. How are you
Are you
doing, my
getting the
brother? I'm
echoes?
good.
Are you getting the echoes?
I'm not getting the echoes.
There's
It's. I think it's your side.
There's
Yes.
maybe you try to get
Let.
in again,
maybe you
please, so
try to
that
get in
I
again,
cannot.
please, so
Okay.
that I cannot do.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Hi guys, welcome back to Mobile Live Football. Today we are back. We're going to talk about Chelsea, of course. Talk about Graham Potter. We'll discuss about how he's joined Chelsea, the first game of the season that he's going to preside. So we'll talk about that. We'll also discuss about Liverpool, the way they've been getting poor results at the moment. We'll see what will happen.
I hope you're getting me
Okay,
well.
now welcome.
Thank you.
I think now everything is okay.
Yeah, everything is okay, right, brother?
Wow, and it's a new season. We've not talked much about United with you, but again, the last time you were here, United were not doing very well. At the moment, they are doing very well, and I think you guys are happy, especially the Premier League. You're doing well. You have a new coach. Something that we're also experiencing at Chelsea. We have a new coach. We've not seen him preside over some matches at Chelsea. So, what is your experience of a new regime? I mean, at United, what have you seen so far?
Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
something
So
that we
far, I've
could
seen a
expect
new.
at Chelsea.
Okay. Whatever I've seen this season, particularly after the two games, is that
Yeah,
there have been a new playing system. If you've seen.
yeah. Uh-huh.
The coach
Let's
said
continue.
of
Okay.
yeah, the coach said of showed us of the new partnership of Veran and Martinez, and you've seen it somehow working very well for the team. Then
Yeah,
you've seen that question within players. Bruno is just playing well. Christian Eriksen, not Christensen. Eriksen is playing well. You've seen there's that unity within the players.
exactly.
Jamasi.
Most of the people have been saying that Ericsson has been the best player, not even Martinez. Ericsson has been doing very well. Apart from Martinez, Ericsson has been your best player. Do you agree with that?
I agree with that. With the eyesight of seen his eyesight has been very well. You've seen some is not throwing, passing some long balls that I think United does not miss Pogba at any time. He fitted
So
well.
far, you don't miss Pogba, eh?
Yeah, he fitted well the system.
Sorry?
I've said he has fitted well the system, and I think we don't miss Pogba anymore.
Exactly. You guys have a good player in Ericsson. And something that has
Yeah.
really surprised me on how he's been able to handle the pressure at Manchester United again. Of course, the intensity in the Premier League, bearing in mind that he's been sick. He was sick actually. He got some heart problem. Now he's back. He's been playing consistently each and every game. He's been getting a chance and he's been proving himself. So for him, I think he has really surpassed some of the expectations that I had for him.
Okay,
So again,
brother, let me just interrupt you at some point.
yeah,
Whatever I've seen with the partnership between Eriksen and Erik ten Hag, there is that
yeah,
players that the coach always trusts from the beginning of his career. Like you've seen how he started with him. I think he has ever played for Erik ten Hag at some point, and you've seen
okay,
losing that player was somehow bad for him, but at least he moved on. But they are now reunited at United. So you've seen also the issue of Martinez and now Anthony. They are
yeah,
feeling that home because of the coach.
Yeah.
They're feeling they're playing for the coach, they're playing for the badge and playing for the club. So that's what is I'm seeing it's what's driving them for the performance.
At least they have the trust of the coach. As you said, some of these players, he's worked with them at probably at Ajax. I don't know whether Ericsson was at Ajax at one time. Was he at Ajax at
Yeah,
one time?
before joining Tottenham, I think so. If I'm not wrong.
Okay, I'm not very sure where he was at. I'm not very sure where he was before he joined Spurs, but if it seems that they
he was in
worked
Ajax.
together. Okay, he was in
Yeah,
Ajax,
they worked
right?
together in Ajax. Yeah. Because you remember the time he was recovering from the issue of the cardiac, he went
Yeah.
back to Ajax to have some training,
train with
light
them,
training
right?
there.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Welcome, Kenan, man.
Thanks. Sydney.
Yeah.
Yes,
Manchester
sir. Big team. Nice team to see.
I think guys, last time you lost a match, but I'm happy that you've been doing very well in the Premier League. Apart from in UEFA, where in Europa League, you didn't do very well.
We actually did well.
That
What
was just a mere game, but
the
we
ref
did well,
was
but the
against
game
us.
was not ours. Sorry
The
to
ref
interrupt.
was seriously against us. That can never
Oh,
be
you think
a penalty.
so?
Is that a penalty?
Yeah, that was supposed to be a penalty. But you guys did not use some of the chances that you had. You could have buried some goals. If you thought the referee was against you, you could have buried some chances that you had.
Exactly, but the problem
So
is
that you cannot complain about.
we didn't take our chances, but the ref either didn't give the outcome that was. We didn't get the result that we deserved. I think that match we deserved a draw because we were playing for a draw from the look of things.
Yeah.
But the ref messed it up.
Yeah.
But so far we are doing good.
Why should you play? Yeah, you're doing good. But why should you play for a draw when you're at home? The first match of the competition and you are at home. You should start well.
I'm not saying that the coach sets them to play for a draw. But you miss chances, you don't score chances, and you don't concede clear-cut chances, then you're playing for a draw because you're not scoring and they're not scoring. Yeah, so the outcome will be a draw. If we were to be clinical enough, we will have outscored them.
Exactly.
But then, but then sometimes football happens.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So let me give you each and every one of you 2 minutes to talk about. Of course, we know that in Kenya we have a new government. His Excellency Dr. Samoei Ruto has been sworn in to be our president, and so there's so much expectation from him. I don't know whether he promised something in his manifesto about the sports and especially in football. What do you have to say about that? Because we know in his team he has good people, at least to help him understand football. We understand that Nick Mwendo is also back in FKF, so maybe things might change. What do you have to say about that?
Sydney,
go first, Kenan.
I beg to start.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Just go on, Sydney. Sydney, you can talk.
Sydney.
Okay, Sam. I beg to continue from where Kenan has left. Is that okay? This is a new government. Everybody has new expectation. Everything very new. But what we should remember is that he's not an angel. He's just a fellow Kenyan like us. And when you get something new, you get some new expectation, very high indeed, for him or her to deliver in the someone who gets new. To my argument about sports is that seeing that Mr. Ruto or Dr. Ruto, sorry to say, but Dr. Ruto has always been that man who needs people to be the youth to be working, or the youth to have something to cater for their families. Remember, I was just taking his history from the KTN News just some minutes ago, and they were talking that he was a good, valuable player in the high school, such that despite his height and body size, he used to receive some good punch from opponent schools and whatever. So, and he has that team spirit. So, to my particular, however, he seemed to be more of agriculture mind, but I think he will do something good for the sports. Yeah, that's my observation
So
about
what do
him.
you expect, especially in football? Because you understand the challenges that we've had there. As I'm saying,
Okay, what I expect in football is that the challenge of football has always been management.
Yeah, exactly.
There are a lot of talents in Africa, a lot of talents in Kenya, a lot of talents everywhere in Kenya, not just the dominant regions that you've seen. But we don't expect much change, but let's hope for the best.
Yeah. Okay, Kenan, from your side, of course, that is one thing that I thought he'll speak about, but he didn't touch on it. He has spoken about all the things that maybe most of the Kenyans expected him to talk about, but again, when it comes to sports, seems that every time we always play, they always in that position. Seems that sports is not taken very serious in Kenya. Seems that there is nothing that he talked about today. I mean, what do you expect from this government?
I think you've seen that Nani is back, the FKF president, Nick Mwendwa. Yeah. So the first thing they have to do is to bring to uplift the ban that FIFA gave us.
Yeah.
Then from there, the president will elect the CS for sports and what's not. So I'm expecting him to nominate someone who has been in sport.
Yeah.
Because if you take a look at Mariga is in Kenya Kwanza team.
Yeah, he's there.
He's the former captain of Kenya and has a lot of appearances for Inter Milan and Europe in general. So he has him and Oliech have an experience of how the Europeans run their sports. So I'm looking forward to them having at least, well, if not the CS, but as in wapewe two chance ya kulead.
As a quarter PS, he can be just a PS again.
Something that
shouldn't have likes of Nigeria. These people don't know anything about football.
Not even football, sports generally. They don't know that athletes are supposed to be paid.
Yeah.
They don't know that we need stadiums. They don't know that we need scouts. Because we can't have the same, as Sydney said, the same regions having people in the same sport. Like, for example, rugby. A lot of them are from Western. Football.
Western.
A lot of them are from Western. So you see. So we need to have scouts in each county to locate those talents and bring them to the national team. Then we need to set money aside and build stadiums. I saw before Uhuru, one of his projects, they built some stadium where people can train for free. It has modern day facilities. You don't pay, just take care of it. The Ulinzi, whatever. Yeah, so we need more of those. So we need more of those. And Ruto being a Manchester United fan.
He's an Arsenal fan. He's an Arsenal fan.
Well,
I think he's an Arsenal fan. Don't take credit.
But I'm seeing him improving everything.
It is Mudavadi and Murkomen who are the Manchester United fans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm seeing this government actually proving many people wrong. You've already seen he
Yeah.
has already started working,
Yeah, he
bringing the
has
ports
started
back,
working.
bringing the ports back to
Yeah.
Mombasa, the police
Yeah.
independent body, then nominating the judges. So he's up to the
Yeah.
task. He knows. He knows.
He has
He
kept the
knows what.
promises that he made. I mean, he's trying.
Yeah. So I'm expecting him to really work, and let's give
Yeah.
him up to 2024
Yeah.
because it's not an easy task. You see, the economy is inheriting. That's not something that can be taken lightly. So let's give him time to implement
Yeah.
what the ideas he has. Then from 2024 henceforth, we can at least judge him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah. We hope that
can I
he's going
pose a
to address some
question?
of the issues. Yeah.
Mhm.
Was it right to unite
Continue.
sports culture and heritage to one ministry? Does it make some?
Don't-
Is there some relationship with that point?
I don't
Like
think
sports,
he needs to split it, sports aside and
yeah,
culture and whatever side, because I don't see the correlation between sports and culture.
Yeah. There's no
yeah. That's
correlation.
what that was the first error that made the ministry to look just merely. If it was something
Yeah.
like sports, you look some ministries like finance or what can I say,
Mhm.
treasury or what treasury, the health, they're the backbone of this country because they work independently. Like no I don't say whatever. They are not in conjunction. It's just a ministry that is its own. Then you see there is a ministry like just devolution. Yes, okay. However, it's big, but it should unite something like devolution, heritage, culture. Then you leave sports to be alone, so that the activities are so many. Just imagine you are working to ensure that all sports are okay and ensure that all museums and heritages and cultures, festivals, whatever, are okay in the nation. It seems some big challenge to the minister or the cabinet secretary. However, the error is there. But let's see who he will pick as the cabinet secretary. That is where we'll see his seriousness. The second thing, I hope when he meant about the cartels, these cartels will also that these cartels that are selling our good athletes to Uganda, to Israel, to USA, and to other countries will be dealt with again. That's another something very bad. You see, someone is called Kipsang running for Uganda. However,
For
there are
Uganda.
some Kipsangs in Uganda, and or you see somebody calling himself. There is this something that made me feel bad is the maid that went to Israel as a maid, but the country was sponsoring her, earning almost more than 70 million than a Kenyan who won the medal there. But because she was a maid, participated in the USA, the Oregon, I think the Oregon, something Oregon there, and earned something big than the athlete from Kenya, and they won some medals. So the planning there, just everything is there is messy. Everything there is messy. Everybody should go home and start a new life there. That's my argument, brother. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay. Thank you so much. Of course, there is a big task supposed to be performed, especially in the sports ministry, because we've also had some challenges, especially in doping. That some of our athletes wanapewa vitu zenye wanapewa madawa zenye hawajui, then they find out that hizo madawa zimeharamishwa. So some of those things need to be looked into. And then some of the problems, mambo ya ukiangalia, when you looked at history ya nani alikuwa anasafiri kwenda, anaitwa naje huyu mse ana run 100 meters,
Omanyala.
yeah, Omanyala. Some of those things need to be addressed. so that at least you see these are the people who gives Kenya pride, and these are the people who have made Kenya to be known, especially at the athletes, and because these are the people who have made our country to be known. The president or whoever will be given a chance to lead that ministry should make sure that he has made it a priority to make sure that anaangalia hizo stories za our athletes and everybody so that we can get forward very well. Some countries like Gabon, very country kidogo kidogo, they have good players. And ukiangalia hawa si ati wako mbele yetu, we should have a good government to take care of the sports. Some countries, especially kama ukiangalia Uganda, you cannot say that Uganda wako mbele economically kutuliko, but when you look at their team is a bit organized. Yes, even Tanzania, look at their clubs, the likes of Simba, the likes of Yanga. These are the clubs that are so organized. They even get players from Kenya and they pay them very well. What is happening to our clubs, especially Gor Mahia and FC Leopard? Unapata sometimes players wanaenda wajalipo mishahara for months, or rather they are even paid their salaries through envelope. That should not happen. These guys should be having, wanafaa kuwe wako na ofisi, wanalipwa mishahara through banks, they have covers, medical covers. Remember we had players who got injuries and even lost their careers just like that because hawana cover.
I remember that defender that was diagnosed of, I think, what cancer was it? Then the European countries ended the contract and the player just came back home. The family started omba up here, up there, and you see, there's no that well strategy for our I call them our heroes. I don't call them players. I call them heroes because they have represented a flag somewhere. Yeah.
You see, we had a player. I think there was an FC Leopard captain. Alikuwa anaitwa Imbalambala. I don't know whether you guys know him. You remember Imbalambala? Alikuwa captain wa FC Leopard.
Nimesikia jina.
FC Leopards.
Huyo mzee mazee alipata shida ya macho I remember in fact he's blind at the moment.
I know the story.
Alipata shida ya macho. Yeah? You've heard the story, yeah?
I know it.
By the way, yeah, ilichukua sijui I think ni Odibet ndio alienda kumtoa kule Western wakamleta Nairobi. Yeah?
Don't use that example. Let us use the current example of Conjestina Acheng or whatever. She's just here in Miritini just because Sonko, the movie Sonko saw it. Very nice to take her to hospital.
Yeah.
Why it not for Sonko? Where should Conjestina be? I saw her yesterday taking some interview, and she's well. She's still aiming for.
She's well.
I need one medal before I retire in this sportsmanship. So you see, there is not that well developed structures. Like I have decided to be a.
Let's hope that these guys are not using him for political mileage. Of course, I'm also asking myself, why is it that they are even taking care of him now? Where were they before? They knew that he was sick. His condition was not okay. Why are they even going for her now? They're taking care of her now. They could have taken care of her before. They knew the situation. So I think they'll continue doing the same. At least wamsaidia kuja to the same level that he was before. She was before, I mean, so that she can fight for what she wants. She wants to retire akiwa juu. So that is what we wish for our heroes. Those are our heroes. We need that house to be put in order so that at least Kenya iko na a lot of talent. Yes, tuliona last time Shujaa ilijaribu. Last time tunaona Shujaa ilijaribu. Then we have I think a long tennis girl. Sijui anaitwa naye. Do you remember the name of that lady? Okutoi.
Amepata 30 scholarships from US.
Yeah.
Now back to what Sydney said. You see, we don't like it doesn't pay for Kenya. You know, loyalty can't bring food to your table. So you see, for the who tennis girl, wamerealize ako na talent. na
Yeah.
30 universities from US wanataka kumpea nini scholarship. So if they take her and she lives there for around a period of 7 years, she can switch nini allegiances. She starts to represent USA. That's how we lose
Exactly.
nini. That's how we lose key athletes to different countries. Like there's a
Yeah.
girl who won gold medal for Bahrain. Bahrain is Arabic country, but she's called Kipchirchir. There's no way
Exactly.
Muislamu anaitwa Kipchirchir. Never. So it's all
Hakuna.
about money. We need the right structures to protect these
Yeah.
guys. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Now let's talk about Chelsea. Let's talk about the new coach that they have at the moment, Graham Potter, and he's in tomorrow. He will be presiding his first game of the season at Chelsea. And what do you expect from him? Do you expect them to change some system? I mean, at Brighton, he was using three at the back. At Chelsea, that is what we've been using the past 3 seasons, the past 2 seasons, I think, 2.5 seasons. So, do you expect him to continue the same system that we've been using at Chelsea?
Well, it depends with the players he has
Yeah,
and how he wants to use them. So about the system, I heard that Tuchel was fired because he refused to change the system.
I think there are so many reasons as to why
Yeah, but
he was
that's one of the reasons.
okay.
He didn't want to become that flexible like different coaches. You see, what I was telling you the other day is you don't
Yeah,
face the same different opponents with the same structure, system, everything. You have to tweak a little bit. In as much as the lineup will be the same, you can't face them the way you face. You can't face West Ham the way you face Liverpool. You have to tweak a little bit. So that's what Potter will be tested on, the flexibility and adaptability. I think he's a good
yeah.
tactician. Even Pep said it. If at all he can go toe to toe with Man City when he was at Brighton. So right now he has more quality players in Chelsea. So I'm expecting him to implement a system which will it will take time by the way for you guys. So you have to be patient with him. It will take time. But if at all he implements the way he used to play at Brighton, then I'm seeing success all through.
Okay, Sydney. What are some of the players you expect to step up on his arrival? Of course, we had some players who are fringe players at during Thomas Tuchel time. Some of the players maybe will be rejuvenated in his time. Which are some of these players you expect to perform well?
Okay, what I've seen with Graham is that he likes young players, young
Yeah,
motivated players with the
uh,
energy, like of playing until the end. You play for a match until the 90th minute. He doesn't want these
exactly.
people like Mount. I'm just feeling to some extent. I'm just feeling sorry to Mount to some extent, yes, but I'm not sure
Yeah,
with the system the coach will be using. Then I think of the issue. If he said, "Oh, you want to bring Moises," is there that Brighton player? He said we will bring the two to
Caicedo.
on
Yeah,
Monday
Caicedo.
or on
Caicedo.
not on Monday on January window. He
Yeah,
will bring them. Then are we together?
yeah. We are
Yeah,
together. We're together.
Yeah, so he had these two players he wanted to bring to Chelsea. Then also what I was trying to see with his philosophy in Brighton is that he doesn't like big names. He just want a player that can play his position, overlap the other, and help the other when you are being attacked. If you saw that unity in Brighton, why were they not selling players? They would be somehow a bigger team. Yes, they are big, but bigger. I guess the term bigger. Then what I would expect, I wanted this Sunday game to be there for him to test Salah, to test this Liverpool. We see who is who. Yeah. So, but it has been postponed. Yes. Okay. That's it's beyond us. But let's see his test tomorrow. We see. We shall know
Of course,
which system does he play.
his test against Salzburg will be at home. He'll be facing Salzburg at home at Stamford Bridge. I don't know whether that will be a big test for him. Test for him now that he will be at home facing a good side. I'm sure Salzburg are even a good side than Dynamo Zagreb. I think they are a good side. Going by how they've been playing, I think they are a good side. I don't know how he'll perform on that. Again, it's going to be his first Champions League match. I'm not sure whether he's coached another side playing Champions League. Has he coached another side that plays in Champions League? So it's going to be his first experience. So we'll see. And again, of course, you said, what about the system? What do you have to say about the system? Because we know at Brighton he had. You can even talk of the quality that of a player that he had. Probably that is what made him forced him to play three at the back. Now at Chelsea, he has quality. Of course, he has two good defenders in Koulibaly, Fofana. Probably Silva, if he'll be fit for a match tomorrow. He may also try to have four at the back. Do you think that is a possibility?
The players I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Mendy.
Okay.
Silva. Chilwell. Mount. These are not even Kant actually.
Why do you think Silva is in danger?
Silva is not
Thiago Silva, right?
Thiago Silva is good at defending, but he's not that good on the ball.
Really? Is he not good at the ball?
Sporting too.
Spurs wamefunga ama nini?
Sporting wamefunga 2.
Nani? Sporting. Kuna player nimeona anaitwa Edward. That guy karibu afunge first half. A very good goal.
So back to, I don't think Silva is that good on the ball, though he'll be playing because of his experience. He's a good defender.
Yeah.
But you have seen the philosophy of Graham Potter. He loves possessing. He loves technical players. Alafu, he'd prefer Cucurella over Chilwell because they have worked with him before, so he knows how he plays. He doesn't need some improvements. Then in midfield, I think he'll add another. He'll convert Havertz to a natural CM rather than playing as a striker, sole striker, all wide in the flanks. I think Havertz is going to be a central attacking midfielder, the creative 10. Then Auba will be the sole striker. Then on the wing, he'll have Pulisic and Ziyech. So if Atoli is going to change the system, it will be 4-2.
Why not Sterling? Sterling. Where have you left Sterling?
Sterling and Pulisic actually. As the wingers, then Auba as the main striker.
But I think Sterling and Pulisic played on the same side, on the left hand. So I think one will rest. Then because Pulisic can't play at the right, he doesn't like playing at the right.
Okay.
He likes playing at the left side.
But
so
I think
you're suggesting maybe he might revert back to a 4 at the back.
Yeah, I've been seeing some articles and listening to some podcasts. Actually, Ferdinand said he talked to Tuchel before he was fired.
Yeah.
And he has a feeling that he was fired because he didn't bend to what the owners wanted. They wanted him to change the system. Yeah, so the system is a big issue. That's what we'll be looking at tomorrow when new guys take on Salzburg. We see if he deploys 3 at the back or 4. Then from there you can gauge going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you talk with the Graham
Again,
and considering the system,
yeah.
I saw him. He was somehow dynamic. Like, however the game is starting, we might start with three, but depending on the pressure it's receiving or this team is receiving from the opponent team, you would see him even change to four. Sometimes you so he's a dynamic coach. Like, system change at any minute, any time, depending on the pressure it's receiving. You've seen. So that's what I'm seeing. Also, my great worry of Chelsea is that I think they're drunk of different coaches' philosophies. Like, the other time it was Lampard, he left. Let's start with Zari, he left. So there was Conte again, he left. Then let's talk of the current players. They have experience, Lampard and Tuchel. How will they adapt now to the new? You've seen this Graham Potter, a person who is, I think, his first senior coaching experience, like coaching a big team. Let me use that point of view. So there is a lot of expectation, but the summary is that we should just give him time. See, the Arsenal are enjoying the fruits of giving time to their own son, Mikel. Yeah,
Yeah. But we have to see the ending. Of course, we've not seen the ending of them giving their son time. So we have to see the ending so that we can see whether they have progressed or they've still stagnated at the same point they were last season.
the issue is
Problem with
consistency.
some of these managers. Sorry.
The issue is just consistency. You might be very sharp, but you are not
Yeah.
consistent. Today you are up, tomorrow you are down. The other time you perform,
Yeah.
the other time you don't perform.
So today I read something that Todd Bowley was saying that they did not see Thomas Tuchel having the same vision as they had. I don't know what they really wanted from the manager,
I
but they were
I
saying that
can
the reason as to why one of the reasons as to why they dismissed him is because he didn't have the same vision as they had.
it became so when I read it somewhere. So I don't want to say I don't trust or don't trust the news that Todd Bowley came here as a businessman. However, he's managing a team, but he's an American or whatever.
American.
Yeah, he's an
He's
American.
American. So these people are always
Yeah.
businessmen. They're coming there like they're just coming there for business. So he was suggested to sign Ronaldo, Cristiano.
Yeah.
They were viewing sales from the club or whatever. Like, that impact of Ronaldo in the team is not that for football, but outside football you have made some business and sales, so the business could do very well. So I read it that he refused 4 times to sign Ronaldo. So the relationship went somehow sour. He was suggested of Neymar at some extent. I don't know what happened. I didn't follow the story well, but you've seen the players they were trying to sign big names to bring sales. So your business would be doing good. But Tuchel was defending his players so that he can have the issue of playing. But he fell. I think he developed some pride in his system, such that I think, can I say he overtrusted some players or he overtrusted his system, such that he saw he was the only man that he's the Chelsea and Chelsea is him, so he couldn't mind of changing the system. So that's where I saw what went sour between the two parties. Thank you.
But in as much as we blame the system or the coach or the owner, I think the players need to take the blame. I can compare
Yeah.
what is happening to Chelsea right now to what happened to United under Ole. Ole mistrusted the wrong players. He put his trust in the players who will drop four or five, a rating of 4 or 5 each game. but they are still assured that the next game they'll be picked. So that's what happened to Tuchel. He didn't rotate his squad. He didn't use the players he had. Then, as Sydney has said, I think I also read somewhere that Tuchel said no to Ronaldo, and that's when the relationship went haywire. Because in as much as those guys are trying to, Todd came to Chelsea and he tried to make a big money signing. You can see from the players he wanted. He was actually willing to spend 90 million on Gravadioli, that Leipzig defender. So Todd wanted a big money signing to make a statement. And this is, I can say that the Dynamo Zagreb game accelerated the process, but he was planning all this before even that game. He knew that this guy had to go. You see,
Yeah.
and he was building for the next coach, not for Tuchel. Because I also read somewhere that this is not the first time Todd and Graham Potter were communicating. They were communicating even way before. So there's a
Uh,
possibility that the signings Chelsea made were for Graham Potter and not for Tuchel. I don't know how true that is, but we
but
have to
again,
see how Graham Potter will use the players he has.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that will pan out. Of course, we had Aubameyang seems to be a signing of Tuchel. I don't know why they signed him, and again they let him leave the club. So I'm not sure whether Potter wanted Aubameyang. The only signings maybe I can say for Potter, I think Fofana seems to be a Potter signing. Cucurella, of course, is a Potter signing. I don't know of Zakaria. I'm not sure because I know very well that Tuchel didn't want a DM. At first, he didn't want a DM. He went for him very late. So I'm not sure whether that was also a Tuchel signing or a Potter signing. So we'll wait and see how he will perform with those players that we've just talked about.
Even
Then
Cucurella,
we have
you guys
5 minutes.
didn't need him.
Yes.
You guys didn't need Cucurella.
Of course, the argument was that he can also play as a left centre back.
But you had Emerson.
So Emerson cannot play as a centre back. He can only play as a right wing back. He's as a left wing back. So the argument was that Cucurella can also play as a as a left centre back in the three in that three at the back formation. So then maybe he was justified to sign him as one of the players that we wanted. Now that we were not sure of getting Fofana, again, we were not sure of getting Fofana, depending on how Leicester were going by the deal. So we'll wait and see how he'll use some of the players that were signed there. So let's talk about Liverpool in the next 6 minutes as we finish, because we have to catch up with some matches. What do you expect from Liverpool against Ajax today?
I think they'll win. Though Ajax will give them a game
Yeah.
because they have an XG of 3, so they are scoring at least 3 or more goals in every match they have played. Alafu, I'm not seeing
Yeah.
Ajax slowing down, even though they lost their coach and some players. So I'm sure Ajax will give them the game, but Liverpool, they're at Anfield. So I don't see how, if those players step up actually, because in the game versus Napoli, the only player who we can say played that game was Luis Diaz. The rest of the players they didn't show that desire, that urge to win the game. A player like Trent was walking around when he faced that Cravadona. So I'm seeing Liverpool winning because they are at Anfield, but
Yeah.
this season has been tough for them because fatigue first, then they have an aging squad from the attackers to mostly in the midfield. Many people pointed that out that they
Exactly.
needed to improve the midfield, but they didn't. Yeah, so I think they'll suffer for not signing a midfielder until January. But majorly it's about fatigue. Those guys played almost every possible game that was to be played last season. Yeah, so
Yeah, they
that's
did.
and they play high intensity football, so they're majorly tired. But they
Okay,
still have
Sydney, what do you expect from Liverpool?
Okay, back to continue is that from Liverpool, whatever I've seen for the past few games is that I think they are missing money. That's my that has always been my expect. They are missing that Mane moment and Origi moment. Like you remember when Origi could come when Liverpool are down, and you could see this a game changer. Okay, let's speak of the current. Is that Liverpool are missing that? Can I say team? They have a team, yes, but
Team engine.
the team relationship is not that much better concern to last season. But however, Ajax will play a game for them. Um, I expect Liverpool to win the game. Yeah, that's my argument.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I can echo what my brother said. Liverpool
Yeah.
missing Mane because Mane, even though he doesn't score or assist, he'll still be used as a decoy for the others to score or do something. He had that ability to run the game by himself. He's a player just like Hazard. He'll have that impact in the game, whether you are down or winning. You feel his presence. So I think Liverpool are missing that type of player because when they concede first, I don't see the fight that they had when they had Mane. So it's a bit tricky to replace him, but I'm sure they'll come off good because they still have quality.
They still have quality and still they still have a good manager who has experience. So we'll wait and see how they'll perform this season. And let's hope that they will not have so many injuries.
I beg to interrupt that there is
Sorry,
someone
continue.
there is someone that was saying that Jurgen Klopp has always have nightmares in the seventh season in every team. So what should we expect again? But I was not sure of the history. But I just read that in the seventh season, things always go bad for him.
It's true because in the seventh season, he was relegated at Mainz. Then in the seventh season at Borussia, finished, I think, ninth or something or eighth. Then this is his seventh season, which he has started poorly. So we as rival fans are hoping the spirit continues. And if the FSG have the balls, they can sack him. It will be our joy because I don't think there's another coach, maybe Tuchel, but I don't think there's another coach in the market that is at the same level with Klopp that can actually replace him and bring results to Liverpool. So in a way, I think that their short era of success is coming to an end. Just like Ten Hag said, eras do come to an end. So I'm praying for their downfall.
And uh, what do you consider the difference between Liverpool and Everton? What's the problem there at Everton, really? But because I'm seeing their players, they're everything.
I think Lampard wasn't backed that well because he didn't get the players he wanted. Then before the season began, key players actually were injured.
Yes.
Like the first, I think 4 games, they missed a striker. And when they signed Mopay from Brighton, he didn't play the 2 games. The last game he played was versus Liverpool.
Liverpool, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's what is hurting them. Then I don't think they're over expecting, because Ancelotti made them a good side, so they think Benitez and Lampard are in the same caliber as Ancelotti. So I think they overachieved that season, and they should not be. They should just move on from there and accept where they belong. As long as Lampard keeps them up, well and good.
So there is a problem in that Merseyside. Though the both teams from Merseyside are
Having
getting it tough this season.
Yeah.
They're getting it tough this season, eh? So I think we can call it a day. Let's go watch some football so that tomorrow maybe we'll come and discuss about the matches.
It has been a fantastic time, brother. It's nice to have this.
Yeah.
I call it podcast or some interview or whatever. We express the
Yeah,
football
yeah,
feeling with
Yeah,
us. So I feel at home. I'm back and I'm
yeah,
back. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so guys, make sure you follow us, like, subscribe, share. And as always, great people look
yeah.
like you and great Manchester United. That's the biggest team in the world. It's out.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you guys. Let's go and watch some football so that tomorrow we come and dissect some of the issues that Tottenham wametoka ngapi sahi?
They have just lost 2-0.
2-0, eh?
Yeah.
Seems that there's something that is happening at Spurs. Seems, as I told you last time, I told you that Conte si mzuri kwa nini? In Europe, he doesn't do very well. Yeah, he doesn't do very well in Champions League. He's good at winning the leagues, and when it comes to Champions League and Europe, he doesn't do very well.
Let's wait for the games now.
So let's wait for the games. Barcelona versus Bayern. Which one are you going to be watching? Sydney.
So bye-bye and enjoy your football, brothers. Don't forget to like us. Don't forget to follow us. We are always live. Talk football. Talk everything. This is a family.
Yeah.
This is a family, and this is our family, and football is our religion. Good night. Enjoy your time.
Okay, thank you so much. Bye.